Imagine a man so woke that his ideas from the 1940s are considered far left even today. Now imagine what that man did for work. Are you imagining an essayist, a writer, maybe even an artist? This man was none of those things. He was a German-American doctor, an endocrinologist, whose views on transition would shock the average person in 2026. His name is Harry Benjamin. Dr. Benjamin was born to a wealthy family on January 12, 1888. He was the eldest son of a stockbroker. As a child, he became infatuated with the performing arts, especially opera, and at a point even examined a famous opera singer's throat, which he partially credits with giving him interest in the human body. Soon, he grew up, and in 1912, he earned his medical degree with a thesis on tuberculosis. He then learned of an American doctor who claimed injecting fluid from a turtle could cure tuberculosis, who he believed, and went overseas to meet with him. In the end, this doctor was a quack. However, he was unable to return to his home country due to the outbreak of World War I. In the 1920s, he went to investigate yet another case of doctors putting animal bits into humans, with the glands of a monkey being transplanted onto humans to make an old man seem younger. He met with the creators of the practice and seemed thoroughly impressed, though soon returned to his New York practice. He soon began to gain a reputation with transvestites, as they were called at the time, for his treatment. With his demographic of patients specifically changing, he slowly became more specialized. He was introduced to many different papers on sexology, the study of sexes, and endocrinology, the study of hormones. This led him to discover the term transsexual, a term that is still occasionally used, even if less than transgender, which he began to use regularly and is popularized. He made a distinction between the transvestite, who simply enjoyed feminine clothing, and the transsexual, who experienced distress in a male body. Harry then made a conference on the topic, which introduced this idea to the rest of the medical community. In 1966, he released his most influential work, The Transsexual Phenomenon. This book collects patient stories and clinical data. To this day, this book is recommended reading for future trans specialists. One piece of the book that is no longer used is the Benjamin Scale, a scale inspired by his friend Kinsley's orientation scale. There are 6 parts on the Benjamin Scale in 2 categories. The first category is the transvestite, the pseudo-transvestite, the fetishistic transvestite, and the true transvestite, all of whom were not to be given treatment. Next were the transsexuals, the non-surgical transsexual, the moderate transsexual, and the high-intensity transsexual, who were all given treatment relative to their distress. The scale was determined based on distress and, as a lesser note, the sexuality of the patient. In modern day, the primary categorization of transsexuals is that of Blanchard, who describes autogenophiles and autoandrophiles, which is the name he's given to gay, bi, or even asexual trans people, as being fetishistic and similar to the transvestite category, and are considered generally not trans. His term for the heterosexual trans people is ironically homosexual transsexual. These are described as well-adjusted and true transsexuals. Back to Harry Benjamin. He quickly gained even more popularity with trans people, quickly getting 10 new patients, 6 of whom were trans women and the other 4 being trans men. He collaborated with many different surgeons to get his patients facial masculinization and feminization surgery, as well as sex reassignment surgery. He notably included even young patients into this category. Even children were considered for sex reassignment surgery and facial surgery. One notable habit that Harry kept was keeping in correspondence with his patients even long after treatment was complete. This may be another reason why he became so popular with his patients, as all had a personal connection to him. Today, he is remembered as a founder of trans care and a talented doctor.